DIYs-by-dar. Let's upcycle some thrifted frames and take some canvas prints and turn them into some painting masterpieces. So, let's get started. This is a Goodwill frame I purchased for $5, a really nice frame. Take them, check them over, see what repairs that you need to do. How are the corners? Are there any gouges or dings that need repair? And we're going to go ahead and turn this picture back over and continue to remove the brown paper backing since it was ripped anyway. And we're going to start to deconstruct this frame little by little. Just pay attention to how you take it apart so you know how to put it back together. There will be either painting frame points or staples to hold everything inside. And this one had staples and they were so tough. I could not even bend them up. Usually you can bend them up and then take your painting out, your print out, and keep them there and then bend them back down. But I couldn't do it on this one. I had to take them out. Once I had them out, here is my backboard, and it's in good shape, so I probably will reuse it. And here comes the print out itself. So the mat looks in pretty good shape. There is some light areas right at the corner. Now I'm removing the print from that mat, and really sticky, really sticky. Be careful because you want to reuse the items and they look a lot better if they're not ripped up. So slowly, I just had to work my thumb underneath it and get that glue away from the print, and eventually I did get it off. And then I just have the print left with the little frame around it stuck on another piece of cardboard. So I need to remove that glass, get it out of your way to keep it safe, and then you can clean it and put it back in when you're ready to reassemble your frame. Now, getting this little picture frame off of this cardboard was quite an ordeal. It was really stuck down. I had to use a razor blade and then get a little spatula and slowly just move around the edge so I did not rip my cardboard all up. But eventually I did get my way around carefully, and I was able to go ahead and pop that second frame off, just leaving that print by itself on the cardboard, and extremely sticky. Now, to get the rest of that paper off of the back of your frame, just take a spray bottle with water and wet it and scrape it off. It'll come off. It may take you a couple times to go around and get it all off, but usually once it's wet, you can even take it off in big sheets because you want to have that cleaned off as much as possible. And once it's dry, you can even sand it if you need to. I am going to sand the front, and I'm going to get ready to do the repairs I need. And I'm just using some DAP spackling. Use what you have, wood putty, spackling, and get your corners repaired. Get any holes or gouges repaired. And then once that is dry, you can lightly sand it and then wipe that sand dust away. I'm going to go ahead and prime this with some paint bonding primer. More often than not, you're going to need to do it anyway, so I've gotten into the habit of just doing it because you want your paint to stick, and I use 2 coats on the back and 2 coats on the front. Now, I will tell you, I always look up these prints before I rip into them to see if they're worth anything. And this particular one was worth $25. So I'm going to make more redoing it. I have my paint color, which is called Pine Cone, and I'm trying to get a base layer that comes close to what that little frame is, because I want to match up that small frame that's on the inside. So this did take 3 coats of this pine cone color to get this a nice solid colored base. Now the color I want to duplicate is that little frame. So it's like a mottled bronzy copper color I need to put on the big frame. So I think I know how I'm going to try this. I am going to take some patina paints, some metallic bronze and metallic copper, and I am going to use a sponge, and I am going to sponge it all the way around on this frame to give it a mottled type look. I have noticed with most metallic or patina type paints, even when you stir them up, they seem to be rather thin, so I didn't really need a lot to get this frame completed. I had just a regular little sponge that you would clean an area with, and I just started by tapping it all the way on the edges and on the front. Well, my color ain't quite there. It's a little more gold. So I used this gold paint that was kind of thin, and I just went over it with my sponge. And this paint was called Visiba Metallic Paint in Shimmering Gold. And I did get it from Amazon. And this time it's looking pretty good. I like the matchup. Now I took this frame out and I sprayed it with a matte polycrylic spray. I am going to take this print now and I am going to hit it with my Elmer's glue stick. I was using the rest of this purple one up because I did purchase another one that is from Avery, and it states that it is permanent, so I switched. Once I have that all glued up, I'm going to take and eyeball it and turn it over and glue it on my backboard. I do like to roll it just to make sure all that paint is squished down. Now I need to take a pencil and just pencil in where my print needs to lay inside this frame. I have the frame all lined up and I know my picture needs to go here. Here's my new glue stick, Avery brand, and it is clear, which is a little bit of a challenge for me because I need to really look to see where I've been. Get the whole back covered up nice with the glue. And I'm ready to place it down into where I have it marked. Now you can kind of see there's like a glare on the one side right next to the owl. I'm apologizing ahead of time because we're going to get that, because this is such a high gloss print that it gives that zebra effect, and I apologize already. If you want to use a roller, go ahead, but be careful. You don't want to damage your print. I'm going to do a little check here and put that top mat on and see how my placement is. And it's looking pretty good. So now I'm ready to go. Now you can use Mod Podge for this. The different, gloss, satin, matte. I decided to use a bought brand particular for this to do paintings with. And one brand was US Art Supply Acrylic Medium Gloss Gel. And then the other one was TCW Matte Gel Medium and Matte Clear. I'll put the links in the description. Now, what you want to do is pretend that you are actually painting this picture. Go in a direction that you think you might actually have painted it. And when we get down to the owl, it'll make a little more sense to you. You don't want really a lot. You can see how much I'm putting on the brush there and just work it in. Now, down by the owl's eyes, it only makes sense that the marks would go around in a circle away from the eye. You are making texture on here. I want that texture to look like this is an actual painting. So going down the owl's ridge of his nose, going straight down his beak, and that's what we're doing. We're creating texture. So this canvas print looks like an actual painting. And actual painters that do this and they do prints of their own paintings will take this gel medium and do the same thing so they can sell their prints at a higher dollar amount. Now you can see I'm going down along the feathers on the bird, going along the ridges. And I'm finally completed. And I'll give you a little side view so you can see what we actually accomplished. It took me about 10 minutes. So now you can see where I went around the flowers, around the outside of the bird. This is going to dry clear, and it will look like a painted picture. And that is what we want to create. I'm going to go ahead and start to put this picture frame back together. And since this was so sticky, I didn't need to put any glue on it. I just replaced that mat over that small frame and it stuck. And since it was so sticky, I didn't have to put any glue on the whole picture framed mat to put it around my canvas. It stuck. I have my glass back in. I have cleaned it well, and now I have a glass cloth. I'm going over the inside one more time. No dust, no dirt. Make sure there's none on your mat. Make sure your print is good and you're ready to put it back in and lock it into place. Now, I have an HM515. This is a picture point setter, and it works just like a stapler. And it has a little knob on the back, which I needed to turn because I needed them to come out just a little bit further. And it will put those little black points in that you see in a lot of pictures and paintings holding them in. I have all my points in. My picture is secure. Looks really nice. I'm really pleased with it. Looks really high end. Now I use some framing tape, some picture framing tape, and I went all over the points and I locked this in so no dust gets in there. You could leave it at that, or I went one step further to take it up a notch and took some craft paper, some heavy craft paper, and you can either glue it down like how we found the painting, or you can use that framer's tape and tape it down, which I did. I will put all this stuff in the description, you guys, and it's pretty much all from Amazon. At this point, a lot of people have a stamp and they may stamp the bottom, or you could sign the bottom, but there it is. It looks great. No zebra lines. All right, I'm going to give you a sneak peek of what I'm working on. It is going to be up April 28th. There it is. Yes, I still do furniture. And I want to thank all of you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one next Sunday at 7.